I'm gonna be in this corner. I tried to record some PvP in Metal Gear. It wasn't going well. I Alt F4'd twice. So I'm here now. I got myself banned from another server. I think so, because people I asked refused to answer me. They ignore me. They ignored me before as well. It's like, there was this VTuber streamer, well, still is. It's just like, I type 8 messages over the course of a stream, 0 to 1 get noticed. And it's like, the VTuber reads the message above mine and below mine. But mine, there's a vacuum, you know. Then there were people on that server who were like, they joked, but they made zero effort to show it was a joke. It was like this passive aggressive every time. When I joked, I made sure to attach an emote to show that it's a joke. But they, no. And if you take it seriously, that's bad on you. Isn't that the definition of gaslighting? I don't know. It affects me every time. Maybe because I have unrealistic expectation of the people that I think could be friendly. Maybe, or maybe it's just people are retarded. I don't think any of them will get to see this, so it's okay.
This purifier facility once converted warriors' personalities into AI, but it was shut down after complications with a Tal Dareem prisoner. His AI has infected many of us.
That's better. So anyway, even if they do see it, I can just pull a VTuber and ignore anything they say or write. Anyway, so maybe I have unrealistic expectations, but you know, it's like, I don't think I'm the odd one out. Online interactions encourage parasocial behavior. That's not news. But what I think could be considered news is how it's becoming normalized. Not becoming, it became normalized around the time Discord was introduced. That would be my guess. I don't think I even want that much. I just want people that would be willing to have fun. Not just in their own way, but in the way that I present to them. And I make sure to present the way I want to have fun. So, as I said, I attach emotes. I show that, hey, this is how I have fun. But then they make zero effort to show that being passive-aggressive is the way they have fun, and I'm supposed to know. And they pile on, and you know how it goes if you're not a first-time viewer. I just tend to enter into these situations. Like, oh, you're making yourself the victim. Oh, it's like, maybe, and maybe I am. But I don't think victim is the... There's nothing criminal going on, so victim I don't think is the right word. It's just... they're target of choice, if you will. So, I got banned. It affected me. I'm gonna try and get over it. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do right now. And I don't know what is this mini freezing. It doesn't... Oh well. I wanted to Alt F4 again, start the recording anew, but... whatever. Only a few of you watch, so... I'll just... There's no need. At some point in the past I had standards, and I still have them, but... As time goes on... my standards just... slowly erode, because I don't get rewarded for them. I don't get any reward for trying to keep quality content. I don't get any reward for trying to be a human, trying to be entertaining, trying to be... There's no reward. Individuals with much worse audio and video quality get infinitely more views than I do. Individuals whose personality would lose to sandpaper get rewarded. What incentive do I have there are times... Well, not there are. There was one time yesterday, after I found out that I'm probably banned, when I just wondered, hey, maybe the World Economic Forum actually does have a point. Maybe there is too many humans. Because they're fucking retarded. Bunch of them. It's easy to say that when you're angry. It's much more difficult to not say that. And so yesterday I called that thought off. And I want to call it off now as well. It's just... I don't think I want much, but for some reason even the little that I want I don't get. And then of course there's regions where I want a lot. And, you know, in there I'm not surprised I don't get them. I'm just... Can it select the soldiers, not the workers? In here it does, but in... whatever. So, there's segments where I want a lot, and I know that, and I know it. And I'm still disappointed that I don't get it. But there's segments where I don't want a lot. I think I want very little and I don't get it anyway. And you can say, oh, what do you want it from? Who do you want it from? The universe? You have to get them yourself. Like, yeah, okay. Let's say I want world peace. Is that something I can achieve? In the current climate? Social, political, whatever? Probably not. So, how about if I say I want a girlfriend? Is that something I could achieve? Maybe. And what if I say I want people to not be complete shitheads online? Out of nowhere, they just start being aggressive and ridicule you. Not in a meme way, not just mean, being mean. It's like, I don't think that's something I could achieve. I don't get, what is this reason? I have nothing running in the background. What is this? 58.3.
Upgrade complete.
Close this. There's zero reason for it to be behaving this way. I'm a pacifist. I'm not evil by any measure. I try to help. I try to be a good person, and a lot of the time I think I achieve that. Or near entirety of the time I achieve that. But individuals online, and of course online is not IRL, but for some reason there's things that affect me more. Family relations, when I see a dead animal, it sours my mood, etc, etc. You know, dead animal on the road, for example, a roadkill if you will. But for some reason, somebody on the other end of the world being a shithead to me seems to affect me more. I wish that wasn't the case. Really. It feels like everything is, since yesterday, set against me. But, not everything, but, you know.
Our allies are being attacked.
Over-exaggeration is for some people the way they cope with things. With feelings, specifically. I don't think it is for me, but others do it, so I try it at times. Anyway, I don't think I want much, but even the little that I want, I don't get.
Our allies are being attacked.
And so what do you do in that situation? Oh, I built 3 of these. Well, what does it matter? Here, you can have some help. I have no idea why is it freezing like this. There is zero reason for it to be behaving this way. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay. Steam was updating Payday. It's been on the schedule for 7 days and it hasn't done the update up until now. And now, when I start recording, it decides to do it. Of course, you could also say maybe I'm just a pathetic human. Square up. You're a pathetic male, and that wouldn't be a first. In this generation, oh, you need to square up, you need to not take things as much. Maybe that's a stupid comparison, but it's like telling somebody who's lactose intolerant, just learn to like lactose, or learn to tolerate lactose. Or like, I don't know. Somebody who has a bee allergy gets stung by a bee. It's like, lol, just learn to get over it. It's like, it's not that easy. Of course, it can be made easier in the case of an allergy or bee something, you know, like medication or something. And in the case of taking things not seriously, well, seriously, but also being affected by them more, you can go through some training, but I can change. That is true. I'd want to. But all it takes for them is just be a bad person in a different way the next day or the day after I finish the training and like think, oh, this no longer affects me as much. It's like one would want to think that perhaps how many? 30,000 years? 40,000 years? After 40,000 years or something like that of existing, people would learn that being shitheads to other people doesn't lead to favorable outcomes. But no, it's fine. It's completely fine. Now, I didn't mention what it was up until now because one could consider it stupid, and indeed it was. But it was just, it happened because of a disagreement over one picture. There was a character that had a glove, and it didn't look, that's what they say, I guess. It didn't look like a glove to me, because gloves have a straight edge, straight line finish. It's not an end, because the gloves continue inside, because they're empty, you put them on your hand. You can theoretically call it an end, but then you can also call the fingertips the end. So it's like, that's why I call it a line, an edge, because it is an edge, it's a line. And it didn't look, to me, like a glove finish at all. It looked like just a black hand, because it was rolled in a way that I don't think a glove ever would roll, and that I have never seen a glove roll. Like, I don't think so anyway. And so then they started ridiculing me. It's like, ho ho ho. It's just annoying. I just want to be friendly with people, but they make it nigh impossible. It's like, haha, ridicule. Thing is, I like ridicule. But on things where they cause no damage. Not on other people. And I guess that's too fucking difficult for Americans to understand, because it was always Americans who did it. Always. Never anyone else. Always fucking Americans. They ridicule others, but they're ridiculous themselves. They have a country that's falling apart because they're incompetent, and they're honestly too lazy to do anything about. They just sit there and they watch as everything falls apart around them. And it's fine, dude, it's fine. Because, I got what I want. It's completely fine. But that they ridicule... it's like they ridicule themselves, and they just project it by trying to ridicule others. And it's annoying. It's honestly just annoying. Trying to go every time as if I have amnesia whenever I see Americans, like, oh, this is not gonna end well. But every time I try and I be friendly, as if I had amnesia, and it ends the same way every time. Every time I get fucking. Of course, it's not just Americans; it's Anglospheric individuals. So there were some Icelanders who got into YouTube early. I would claim they were Anglospheric as well. There were English and British and then UK and then some Germans, and it's like there's no point. There's no point in trying anything with these people unless you're exactly like them. Because they're just gonna be dicks. There's no point. It's like, wow. You thought gloves are only for heating, that they cannot be worn for fashion? It's like, yes, bitch. Yes, I did. Because who would do that? In a painting, in a drawing. Why would you give character, like, gloves with a shitty edge? Look at whatever NSFV or, like, anime character you want. The gloves always have a straight line, straight finish. Not always, of course there's exceptions and whatever, but... It's just... I don't think I want that much. And I don't even get the very little that I want.
Our allies are being attacked.
It's like, are they so well off that they can afford, not only afford, but they inherently want to be just as toxic as possible to people they don't know? It's like, I guess that's the answer. Go on. Give me the same amount of money that you get for free just by being an American. You have 60,000 GDP. That's 6 times higher than the world average, and I live in a post-Soviet bloc country. And you can't take things as easily in here. You have to be serious, because if you just stop paying attention to things, you lose what you have. You have to be on the edge of your seat, like it or not. Just fuck this match. I'm over it, honestly. And then there's those individuals who 6 times higher GDP than you can get worldwide. Think, oh, it's so funny. Oh, you're so ridiculous. Look at him. What a retard. Honestly, man. Starting to think America deserves what it's getting. And that's not a nice thing to say. Yes, I'm aware that the online portion of America is probably a small fraction. But I just don't think... I don't see why they should be getting a free out. It's like, oh. It's just... It's not as frustrating. It's more annoying than anything else. It's like, every time I try and put... Not even hope, but like, try and put... Maybe hope. Trust. There. I put my trust into those people, and time after time after time,
Base is under attack.
my hope is rewarded with malice. Wow, cool, great, wonderful, awesome. It's like, oh, you did this to yourself. Did I? Did I do this to myself? Stop attacking me. Did I do this to myself? Really? Maybe I did. Maybe I should just never interact with anybody new online ever again, because there's absolute retards who have never had to do anything in their life other than sit behind the PC and stream and pretend they're a virtual character. Wow, that's so original, dude! Oh my god! Trying to pretend I'm an American. It's like, oh dude, bro, wow, so cool. Let me guzzle more liters of corporate propaganda and pretend, wow, yeah, this is so fun. Oh, and let's not forget gaslighting of others. I'm just so over this. There's so many people in the world trying to be something, trying to achieve something, trying to be someone. And I don't mean just online, but like in real life. When you get up from behind the PC, the life hits you. You need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to pay, you need to work. And then there's those individuals who barely do anything. They just sit, they take unemployment checks because their country has 6 times higher GDP because it just ravaged the rest of the world and took credit for things it didn't do. Oh, we won the Second World War. Did you now? Did you? Were you the winning factor? Or did you just join near the end? Did you economically try and bully everyone into submission? And this is why you have 6 times higher GDP than the worldwide average now. And so there's those individuals who just sit and they do nothing. Fucking nothing. And for them, life is so easy, man. Just relax. Wow. Wow, you're so sensitive. It's like, really, you piece of shit. Come on over to a former Soviet bloc country. See how easy things are. See how fun they are. See how much your efforts get rewarded at all. And then find out that they don't. Nobody cares. Oh, you have a VTuber model? Tough shit. Now get to work. Because that won't pay for your expenses. Oh, you want to do something like, you want to try being a YouTuber? Even tougher shit because of your geographical position and whatever, and not saying the right opinions. Oh, it's like, it's so easy for them. It's like, oh, then somebody turns around and says, oh, no, it's not. It's actually this hard. Is it? Is it really? You think I don't know anything about the life in USA? In this day and age, it's very easy to learn about things and how they are in other countries. And based on what I know, I think it's extremely easy for the Anglosphere to make money, do things to have said money, and get into a position of power. Meanwhile, over here, if you try and do any of those, you're met with quite a number of blocks. First of all, the money you make per time you spend at work is, well, in comparison to America, more than 6 times lower. It's like an hour of work in USA earns you as much as you get for work worth several days in here in Slavic countries, and might be even more. Because the country I live in, Czech Republic, is on the edge of the Anglosphere. So, because it's bordering with Germany and whatever, it's not that bad, but it's still bad. And it's just... I find it appalling how, for them, it's completely fine to be a piece of shit. There's no stake in anything. Yeah, I think that describes America the best, and the Anglosphere. There's no stake in anything, there's no stake in neighborhood relations, no stake in society, no stake in real life, because you can just sit behind your VTuber model and just pretend you're somebody you're not, and just, yeah, of course, roleplay, I know that exists, but doing that for a living. Even with an actor, you can tell who they are. Even when they're roleplaying. VTubers, it's like, oh, I don't even look like what I look like in real life. Yeah, I have a problem with not just VTubers, but like this entire setup of things.
Our allies are being attacked.
Americans are completely disconnected from reality. And then everyone else is supposed to pay for that. I don't want to be this hateful of a person. I was like this, but worse in the past. But when I try to not be like this, it just doesn't get rewarded. It gets thrown back into my face. How dare you be trusting? How dare you be actually trying to act like a human being that has a stake in relations with people that he interacts with online? It's like, ha ha ha, there's no stake in anything, just go wild, be an absolute piece of shit because it's funny. Because it's just, why not? You can then go home, stream for 3 hours, and just make all the money you'll ever need for the rest of your week, and just Oh, wow, so easy, right? Well, what's there to do after that when money making is easy? It's like, oh, order your food on Uber Eats, order your whatever toilet paper from Amazon. It's like, yeah, and I guess the most interesting thing and entertainment you'll get is just being a random piece of shit. And then there's people who actually want to try and have a stake in the world, in what's happening, in 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 civilization, in society that they're in the sphere of influence that they're in, like the Anglosphere, Slavic sphere, Asia sphere, and whatever. And just they get put down. Put down because these shitters, they just have the upper hand. They didn't earn it, but they have it. It's so annoying. It's so draining on the mind, on the body, on everything when work you do is many more times less valuable or many more times less rewarded than somewhere else where they don't even value the work that they have. They don't even value the GDP. They don't value the amount of money they make. They don't value anything at all. So that's why you have so much crime. That's why you have so much rot in the society, where there's people beating other people just randomly because they can, because everything else is so easy. And it's then there's the other part of the world which is actually trying to be reasonable, trying to achieve things, and they don't get rewarded. Not only that, they get put down.
Our allies are being attacked.
It's like it's getting too much. It's becoming too much. Like, oh, this might be a stretch, but of course there's individuals that would claim, oh, in the fight against social justice you have to support America because it's your closest ally. Is it really? Is it now? Are you sure it's not the place where everything festered and got much greater because you had no stake in that thing back then? You had no stake in trying to regulate ideologies like, oh, communism and McCarthy. Like, okay, and then what? Then social justice came in. It was already a thing in 1980s, 1970s. It's like, whatever. It's gonna pass. Yeah. Oh, really? Or are you the best enemy? That fucking. I don't think so. I don't think America is the closest enemy. I think America might be like the root of not all evil, but of a lot of it these days. So you can say, oh, your country doesn't have that GDP because it doesn't have enough exports or whatever. It's like, okay, are you sure about that? Because Are you sure America didn't just plunder everything it could and now pretended it's the good guy?
Our allies are being attacked.
But of course, what does anything that I say matter? I'm just one individual from a Slavic country who will be talked down to and looked down by anybody in the Anglosphere because, ha ha ha, I make more money than you by virtue of nothing. The fakest of the fake VTubers. They overplay one of their characteristics, personality traits, and they make money off of that because there's retarded Zoomers who think that when somebody roleplays that they care about others, that they actually care about others. Go figure, no they don't.
Your forces are under attack.
You know, and here's one more thing. If any of you are still watching, I don't think you are. I even thought at some point that not only I could get along with, but that maybe there could be something more that would happen between me and the VTuber, because we had, based on what I saw, based on what the VTuber showed in behavior, I thought we were similar. I guess that was all a lie. There's no get alongside someone, there's no getting along with someone who just has no interest. No stake in anything. Really. It's like that's a common thing among the VTubers. Like they pretend they care about you. They write it and it's like I care about you, blah blah blah. And then first chance they get, haha, you're a retard. They didn't say you're a retard, just said whatever.
Our allies are being attacked.
How foolish of me. And it was the reason why I left the first 2 times. Because I knew them. Nothing will ever happen. We live in different countries, different cultural spheres, and blah 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 blah. But I couldn't get rid of the feeling. I guess there's no surprise there. I knew it then, I know it now. Except now it was made easier. All I have to do is forget.
Our allies are
Forget
being
that there's some piece of shit who pretends to be something else it's not. Oh well. I just need to put less faith in people. If World Economic Forum wants to bring about an age of machines, here I am, here! Give me all the machines you want! Humans haven't exactly proven to be reliable, fun, cooperating, caring, or anything of that sort. At least those outside of family. They have no stake in anything. Well, the world's burning, everything's falling apart. Whoa, man, that's crazy, that can't be true. And then they just go about the rest of their day. Everything is fine.
Our allies are being attacked.
I don't think I want much, but even the very little that I want, I can't reach. I'm a pacifist, but some things whip me up into a furious fucking rage. Because there's no reason for them to be like that, to be that way. You know, VTubers are virtual prostitutes for the Zoomer generation that needs to feel an emotional connection because society has become so rotten while they were growing up that male to young female relationships are just impossible to establish. I think that's a proper label. For all the labels they like to put on others, yeah, VTubers are emotional prostitutes.
Upgrade complete.
Is that unfair to say? I don't think so, because they take that, and much like Twitch VODs, they turn it into their source of income. Show off your body. It's like, yeah, you'll be rewarded so much money, and you'll feel good about it. It's like, yeah. Try and emotionally trip others into thinking you actually care about them, and they'll give you money for that. It's like, wow, maybe there is a parallel that could be drawn. Use it, and it's gonna go down into the ground.
Base is under attack.
No, that would have actually
Our
killed me.
allies are being attacked.
Closer.
Our allies.
Why wouldn't you move them closer so that... Oh, well, whatever. It's okay. Are they? I don't think so. It's just sad trying to pursue any idea of greater good or good in general, that there is some sort of good that people can agree on.
Our allies are being attacked.
When there's individuals like that, when there's countries like that, when there's societies like that that have no stake in each other, and to them, everybody's just a random person on the street. Not even a person, just random object, because they can't even, or they won't, accept that. Whatever. I don't think this is right. I don't think the way that things are is right. Unfortunately, there are entities and individuals who want to keep it this way. Because what's better for establishing a worldwide order of some sort than a population with the highest gross income per person in the world that cares the least about what's happening in its own country? And that will act like an attack dog the moment somebody tries to wake them out of it. Wake them up out of it.
Our allies, your forces are under attack. Our allies are being attacked. Our allies are being attacked. Your forces are under attack.
And if anybody from the server or from those individuals gets to watch this, like, wow, you're so hateful. I'm glad I never got to know you in the first place. Are you sure?
Are being attacked.
Are you sure I didn't get this hateful because of you? Because the way you treated me? Yeah, gaslight me more. Wow, so amazing. Tastes so good.
Allies are being attacked. Our allies are being attacked. Our allies are being attacked. Our allies are being attacked.
And the freezing stopped. So yeah, it was the... There should be a ship somewhere on the way. There it is. This should be easy. I just need to build 2 bunkers on the side so that the banelings explode on them.
Our
And then
allies
stand all my units in the middle and hold position. And we're good. We can hold this alone. Oh no, I left my witness. Oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to
Our
do this
allies
then.
are being attacked.
Great. There we go. That's the first wave of banelings from the right. Now a wave of banelings from the left. And we're okay.
Our allies are being attacked.
There, that's the middle. Let's deploy the Zerg.
Upgrade complete.
Oh, I'm covering my resources, aren't I? In the corner. My bad.
Our allies are under attack. Your forces are under attack. Our allies
Anyway, this is a win regardless of what happens in the following 5 seconds.
Your forces are under attack.
At the end of the day, it's just sad. Just sad.